So we're just a few days in the Eagles training camp, and star defensive tackle Jalen Carter has already put the league on notice, as he issued a warning to the NFL that should have opposing offenses terrified. Plus, Eagles defensive coordinator Vic Fangio has been all business during camp, as he called out several Eagles, including linebacker Devin White. And speaking of White, he's already starting to establish himself as one of the leaders in the Birds locker room. Meanwhile, we also got an injury update on Jeremiah Trotter Jr. after his injury scare during Thursday's practice, and Jalen Hurts and the offense are off to a lightning fast start. So we're going to talk about all that and more in this video today, and we won't waste any time. Let's get straight into it. So let's start off with a huge injury update on one of the Eagles rookies, as at the end of practice on Thursday, linebacker Jeremiah Trotter Jr. went down with an apparent hamstring injury as the 5th round pick went down onto the field grabbing at it. Trainers then came over to look at him before he eventually took a step to get into the passenger side of the cart and was brought off the field. And this was no doubt a scary moment, as hamstrings can be serious, and for him to be carted off like that, that's just always a bit concerning. But it sounds like now Trotter is going to be okay, as around the same time I uploaded my video yesterday talking about Trotter's injury, Eagles reporter Jeff McClain gave us a very positive update on his status, saying, quote, "Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was dealing with leg cramps at the end of practice, an NFL source said. The Eagles rookie linebacker was carted off the field, but he should be fine." So that is definitely great news that it seems like Trotter's going to be okay. But now moving forward, it is going to be really interesting to see exactly what opportunities he's going to get during camp, as he was getting first team reps on Thursday at various points. So I'll be curious to see if he actually could have any chance of winning a starting spot, or if he can at least carve himself out some sort of role in the defense. And hopefully Trotter is back out there competing very soon. But now getting to another injured rookie, we look at Cooper DeJean, as while we may not get to see him practicing right now as he deals with the hamstring injury, that doesn't mean that we haven't seen anything from him during camp so far, with Brandon Graham capturing this video of DeJean performing Eminem's Lose Yourself, and it was pretty terrible.
Oh, no way. Oh, no. No way. You want to keep going.
Look, I can't say much because it's not like I could do any better, but I mean, this is still pretty funny. And I just think that aside, it's just cool to see the Eagles are having fun and seemingly bonding well as a team during camp. And hopefully for DeJean specifically, rehab goes well and he's able to get back out on the field fairly quickly. Oh, and also speaking of injuries, what the heck is going on with Landon Dickerson's toe?
What did Landon say?
He has the lacerated toe. We haven't spoken to him.
They lacerate the...
Far out. I'm not going to comment on Landon's injuries. I mean, you guys will get your time. You guys can ask him that and how he did it. So
I can almost 100% guarantee you that Landon did that at the slip and slide party, but I guess until we hear from him directly, the mystery of the toe laceration lives on. Now, jokes aside, Landon was back at practice in a limited capacity on Thursday, and I'm sure we'll see him back out there in full capacity soon. And I feel like the reason he's not out there in full capacity already is because there's really no rush with him. We obviously know that he's a star and he'll be okay, and it gives the coaches more of a chance to get a look at Mekhi Becton, who's been filling in for him, as he was a very intriguing offseason addition that might just end up being a very important piece for the Birds this season. And a new addition who we know is going to be an important piece this season is Bryce Huff. And Huff was someone who actually made headlines on Thursday due to the fact that Vic Fangio made some comments about him, basically saying that he doesn't feel like Huff is currently ready to be a guy who plays every down and can stop the run, but he feels like he'll get there eventually. So this was definitely at least a little bit uncomfortable to hear, because you'd like to hear Fangio come out and say that Huff is ready and he's 100% confident that he's going to be able to do everything they throw at him this season. And don't get me wrong, Vic didn't say Huff couldn't do it. He just said that there's going to be some adjusting to do and he'll get there eventually, but still probably not exactly what you wanted to hear after paying a guy $17 million and making him your top edge defender. But the good thing is that not only is Huff confident in himself, but others are confident in him as well, including star tackle Jordan Mailata, as he had some high praise for Huff during his Thursday press conference.
Right now, Bryce has got a lot of potential to be one of the greats. He's got a great get-off, and he's got an arsenal of tools that he can use at any given time, and that you have to be able to recognize what he's going to get to and make sure you don't shoot your hands too early, because he will swipe.
So it is definitely nice to hear Mailata hype up Huff a little bit after Fangio's comments, and I think it's safe to say that Bryce is going to be just fine and a really productive player for the Eagles defense this year. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still happy that Vic Fangio said that about him, because it's just so refreshing to have a guy that's going to tell the truth and really just hold guys accountable in a variety of ways, and that includes calling guys out. And Eagles linebacker Devin White recently went into detail on how Vic holds guys accountable very, very directly. And don't worry, we're going to get into that and a whole bunch more news in just a minute, but real quick, I do want to say, if you are enjoying this video and want to see others like it covering the Eagles coming in the future, make sure you subscribe and also really importantly turn on notifications so you're notified instantly when one of these videos is uploaded. I think that's a win-win for the both of us. I mean, I get more people watching the videos and you get to see more videos just like this. Now with all that being said, let's get back into the video. Now as I was saying, linebacker Devin White just revealed that Vic Fangio will put anybody on blast in front of the defense or in front of the team, and it recently happened to White himself.
He just call you out. You know, call you out one-on-one, call you out in front of the team, you know, tell you that this not good enough, or, you know, this piss poor, you know, say it again? Oh, he called you out by your name. He name, number, whatever the first thing come to his mind when we watching the film. You know, we watch film together after practice in the evening, and he'll let you know, like, you know, yesterday it was me on the downhill run. Jalen Carter got one on a block where he didn't do the right thing, but he also praises people too when they doing the technique the right way. You know, he just not just a drag you through the mud type of coach. You know, he pull you up when you're doing something good because the next person can learn from the good that another person doing.
So I personally love the direct coaching from Fangio, and again, I just think it's so refreshing to have a guy like Vic that is no BS and will call guys out to hold them accountable, because I feel like the Eagles really haven't quite fully had that in their defensive coordinators in recent years, at least not the way Vic does it. And I also love the other side of it too, where he'll give you praise and build you up when you're doing something right, and I think guys can really learn a lot and also toughen up from that style of coaching, which is just going to end up being really good for them. And for Jordan Davis, I mean, he absolutely loves it. He loves the old school no BS style of coaching that Vic Fangio brings, as on Thursday he even said that he loves that Fangio is strictly about football and winning football games, because that's what he believes matters in a coach. And maybe the hard coaching from Fangio is one of the reasons that Davis, Jalen Carter, and the rest of the defensive line seem to have come into camp in much better shape and with great conditioning, as both young defensive tackles clearly made it a point of emphasis in the offseason to get in great shape so they can withstand the grind of a long season while also playing higher snap counts. And Jalen Carter specifically made it clear that he's ready for a bigger workload, and he also seems super hungry and motivated to get the season going and to dominate opposing offenses, as he kind of sent a bit of a warning to the NFL in this declaration that he made after practice on Thursday.
I know that my potential and what I can do on the field is a big impact that can help the team and help the guys around me, and I know that it's probably going to be a lot on my back, but I'm ready for it. What I know is about everybody on the D-line, you know, it's a lot of, we working hard, we're going to be more conditioned this year, and you're going to see a lot more of us. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to improve personally, and that I did work on this all season, and I think should show you. I might see. Like I said, last year I didn't finish how I wanted to finish, you know, but like I said, it's a new season, new me. You know, you can see better out of me this year.
So that's sure to get any Eagles fan fired up, as he kept making it clear that he's improved from last year and he's ready to take on more this year, and he kept on saying, just wait and see what I'm about to come out and do this season. And that's just so exciting, because we know Carter has insane potential. I personally think he has Defensive Player of the Year type of potential, and he just has to put it all together. And hearing that he's in shape and he's improved from last season, on top of the fact that he's hungry, should be a scary thing to hear for the rest of the league. And Carter's already making plays in practice too, with him and Jordan Davis combining to get really good pressure on Jalen Hurts on one particular play on Thursday, and the Eagles actually released a video of that play where you can see Jalen Carter defeat his block quickly and force Jalen out of the pocket towards Jordan Davis. So overall, I just cannot wait to watch this duo this season, because I know they're going to do special things. But the thing about this play though is that it was still the offense who technically ended up winning the rep, as Hurts somehow got this ball away to Devontae Smith, who made an amazing grab on the sideline. And that really encapsulates how camp has gone so far for Jalen Hurts, as he's just been absolutely dominant for the first couple practices, as so far during camp, Jalen is 30 for 31 on his throws with 1 touchdown and no interceptions, and his only 3 incompletions are all drops. Plus, Jalen has been described as surgical by some who have watched, and it's also been said that he looks like he's taking more what the defense is giving him and getting through his progressions rather than bailing from the pocket early. So that's all definitely exciting, and it's just great to see that Hurts and the offense are off to a hot start and are meshing well, as opposed to last year where the offense was kind of a struggle during camp. But the Eagles themselves aren't surprised by the early offensive success, and they seem happy with where they're at right now, with both Jordan Mailata and Dallas Goedert speaking on that on Thursday.
Nah, it's crisp. It's crispy. It's crispy this year. I wouldn't say it's not surprising, just because, you know, the OTAs, just seeing the playbook that we had there, we knew it was going to be a pretty exciting offense, and you know, Kellen adds such a flair to his playbook if I should say, if that's the correct words, but not surprising at all.
The offense is really clicking right now, and then coming back, just the way we've been moving, the way things been installing, just rolling in practice. I feel like everybody took that step, just kind of absorbed it in OTAs, and right now it seems like we're firing on all cylinders. Obviously we got more to install and things like that, but right now I think the whole offense would be pleased where we're at.
So again, it's just super exciting that the offense is clicking the way it is right now. And one other interesting thing about it is that it seems like the offense is moving at a faster pace from what we've heard coming from camp, as they're moving and getting into the huddles in different plays quicker. So that's definitely interesting, and that combined with the Eagles' more intense practices have seemingly made the practices a little more tiring for the guys, which is very evident in this video.
This is me before practice.
This is what I look like after practice.
This is me before practice.
This is me after practice.
This is me before practice.
This is me after practice.
This is me before practice.
This is what I look like after practice.
This is me before practice. This is me after practice.
This is me before practice.
This is me after practice.
So you gotta love little stuff like this, because you can kind of see the guys' personalities come out, which I just think is cool. And personally, my favorite one was definitely Cam Jurgens.
This is me before practice. This is me after practice.
I don't know, I just thought that was funny. But staying with Cam, he caught the attention of one Eagles reporter on Thursday, with Elliott Shore-Park saying that Jurgens can really move when he gets out there as a lead blocker, and he has impressive speed for a center. And this really shouldn't be surprising, considering that we already knew Cam has a similar play style to Jason Kelce, as he was handpicked by the legend to be his replacement, and Cam also learned from the future Hall of Famer for 2 years before he retired. So it sounds like Beef Jerky is already shaping up to be the perfect replacement for Kelce, and I cannot wait to see how he performs this year. And speaking of speed, Jalen Hurts also reportedly looks quick out there after looking like his speed was hampered by a potential injury last season, so that's definitely really exciting, because Hurts' legs are obviously a huge reason why he's so dangerous, and if he's back to 100% in that department, that just makes things even scarier for defenses. And then on top of that, Hurts' leadership is obviously something that is super important as well, and I only mention this because of what Devin White said in his press conference, as he revealed that he started a group chat between him, Jalen Hurts, and another one of the Eagles leaders in A.J. Brown to help remind each other to set the tone for the team and lead the right way.
Talking me, Jalen, and A.J., we got a group message, and I named it accountability. Just how can we pull one another up, and what do you need from me, and obviously vice versa with them, just so this can be a better team and those things don't happen. Because at the end of the day, it's a long season, but the one thing we've been talking about is one day at a time. How can we be better, and just make sure we pushing everybody and bringing somebody along, not just getting on to them, but just bring somebody with you. If you're a great player, show them how to be a great player, and we have more great players on the team.
So this is just awesome. For one, it's just so cool to see Devin White already stepping up as a leader, and also it's just so important to have guys like White, Hurts, and AJ in your locker room that are going to lead you, they're going to hold you accountable, and they're also going to help you get better and become great. That's a sign that you have a winning culture, and the Eagles certainly seem to be building a really sturdy foundation on that front in the early stages of Eagles training camp. And speaking of that, the Birds are going to be back out on the practice field tomorrow, and I'm going to be covering everything from it. So if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you subscribe, and also really, really importantly, turn on notifications so you know when that video goes up or when any other Eagles videos are uploaded. And also, while you're at it, make sure you drop a like to show some support. If you did enjoy this video, I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. And also, leave a comment down below regarding anything that I talked about in this video. And if you want to watch another video going over day 2 of training camp or practice 2 of training camp, you can check this out right here. And with all that being said, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.